Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Tiger's Apprentice, and this is a new animated film from Paramount Plus from directors Ramen Hui, Yong Duk-jun, and Paul Watling, and this film focuses on a young man named Tom Lee, who's a Chinese American whose grandmother passes away defending him, and he gets whisked into a world of Zodiac-powered superheroes, and he must train under Mr. Hu, who is the tiger of the group, if you couldn't tell from the title of the film. And this film focuses on him and his training and trying to seek revenge against the entity that took his grandmother from him. And over the course of this 84-minute film, there's fun to be had, but there's not as much depth as they could have gone into in this film. You have all these Chinese cultural elements, and I don't know how much they really lean into that or really capitalize that to make this feel unique. It still just feels like a young kid getting caught up in a world he doesn't understand kind of story, with some superheroes with just animal-specific powers. Literally saw this in Minions' last movie, which is like, that's not something that you want to remind people of when you're making this film. That definitely has much more of that cultural connection to it as well. And this is a big cast of Asian American actors and Asian actors in general. You have the likes of Henry Golding, who plays Mr. Hu. You have Lucy Liu. You have Sandra Oh. You have Michelle Yeoh, Bowen Yang, Sherry Cola. Joe Coy's even in this as the Rooster, and of course he's a little annoying and intense and obnoxious about it. And it's just too many characters as well. Like, I get the idea of, like, you want to have all the Zodiac represented, but this film's definitely not long enough to flesh out, like, barely any of them. And they're all kind of, like, basically one specific thing. It's like, oh, I could do this. It's like the five masters in, like, Kung Fu Panda, except worse, because there's even more of them and there's even less time to focus on fleshing them out as characters. This is definitely at least an entertaining film. It's high energy. The action's fun to look at. I think the animation has a specific style, leans into it. It has some fun with it. I think the world building and the visuals are some of the best parts of it. It does have some good emotional beats. You feel the connection between Tom and his grandmother. You definitely get those, like, coming of age elements, and there's a whole entire subplot with a young woman that kind of, like, muddies the waters a bit in terms of this. But the good thing about this film is nothing is outwardly bad about it. It's just that maybe it's not deep enough. It's not fleshed out enough. It's one of those things where it's like this film tries to do a lot in very little time, but still is able to turn out a entertaining and enjoyable film that's more forgettable and more middle of the road than a lot of other animated films. But you know what? This is right there on streaming. It's on Paramount Plus. So have some fun with it. But those are my thoughts on The Tiger's Apprentice. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.